Happy day, I'm Cleo! And today I'm going to share a story with you because it's International Women's Day and Google Play sponsored this video as part of their Change the Game campaign. They want women to share their stories and not be afraid to do that, so today I'm sharing a story that's rather uncomfortable. Growing up, I was an awkward little girl who was utterly enamored by video games, and despite my passion, it was something that I was embarrassed about for a very long time. My friends called people who liked their keyboards a little bit too much no-lives, and I didn't want to be known as a no-life, so I would often lie about it. I even went as far as to lie and tell my friends that I was grounded so I could stay at home and play video games without feeling judged. There was one situation in particular that made that fear seem really real to me. When I was 7 years old, I had these next-door neighbors that seemed to not like anything. They thought that our video games and our chocolate and our popular culture were kind of poisoning us. But they had a son named Mikey. He was wearing an eye patch every day for some reason, and he was fuzzy, I guess. But I liked him. Every so often, when Mikey's parents weren't on the prowl, he would come over and we'd play video games and eat chocolate from my stash underneath my bed. I really liked Mikey. He was such a weirdo. Every time he died in video games, he did the weirdest scream, like "Ah!" And I loved that scream so much. I even got him saying phrases like pwned and leet. But one day, Mikey's mom caught him coming home from my house. And the next day, she really let me hear what she thought of my after-school activities. Chocolate rots your mouth and video games rot your brain. Mikey will not be hanging out with you any longer. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're a bad influence, and you're going nowhere in life. Okay, she didn't actually say that last part, but I felt it, and it took a toll on my confidence for a long time. Being yelled at by your own parents is one thing, but being yelled at by somebody else's parents, it hurts. In retrospect, I should have told my parents what happened, but I didn't, and I like to think the alternative got me to where I am today. After Mikey's mom yelled at me, I went home and fired up my favorite FPS. We'll call it Silver Eye. Since I didn't have any friends to play with because Mikey was on lockdown, I created bots. And they were named Marlene and Bruce, aka Mikey's parents. They would rampage around the map fighting each other, and I like to sneak around the map trying to find resources, doing my best to avoid being yelled at by a rocket-propelled grenade. Every time Bruce and Marlene saw me, I would scream like Mikey and die instantly. It went like that for months, until suddenly, I started getting better. I eventually grew to understand how much ammo an RPG can hold and when it was a good time to swoop in on Marlene. Bruce, on the other hand, had a really large head hitbox, and he didn't stand much of a chance when he popped his head in to see what the fuss was about. If programs like Change the Game and successful gamers like I Has Cupquake, Yami, and LD Shadow Lady were around when I was a kid, I'd probably have taken Marlene's comments with a grain of salt. Looking back, I find it kind of funny how I coped with a scary situation by creating an even scarier environment that I could control. The feeling of improving at something, of implementing a strategy and getting better at the game. It made me feel really good about myself, and I felt a sense of pride from that. By allowing myself to like what I like, I made friends, found a community, and the sheer act of seeing myself improve over time really made me feel like I could take control of my life and excel at anything I put my mind to. That is my story. I hope you enjoyed it. This is for International Women's Day and Google Play's Change the Game campaign. This is a campaign to encourage the future female game devs of the next generation, to celebrate women in gaming, and to just get people to share their stories. So if you have your own personal story, please leave it down below, leave it in the comments, share it with me. Make sure you check out 80 Days. It's currently featured on the Play Store as it was written by a woman, and it's a story-based game about travel in the world. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. The links are in the description, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!